A preliminary examination for a Wyoming man accused of killing a Plainfield woman back in September started this morning. Garcia appeared before family members of the late Mollie Schmidt. The 33-year-old was fatally shot in the head. You may remember that Garcia was extradited from central Mexico. The examination bringing a lot of new testimony. 13 on your side's Trevier Gonzalez has been sitting in on the trial. He joins us live from Wyoming. Trevier, what have we heard?
There's a lot going on, Kirk. Good afternoon. So far, we've heard from 6 different witnesses, and just hearing the defense attorney, it's likely we'll have 12 in total. Now, the first 3 we heard from were sort of the more significant just because they were from that family. We were talking the son of this woman. We're talking about the father of the son as well as Mollie Schmidt's father himself. Now, when we go toward these 3 testimonies, both the defense and prosecution worked to establish a stronger timeline of Schmidt's disappearance. We heard from the 11-year-old son. Now, he said that Garcia is someone who he knew as Lee, and that's someone who even drove him to school once. The 11-year-old said that Garcia had picked his mom up before from home, which seems to imply the two shared a relationship. Now, in the child's last moments with his mother, he recalls going downstairs around 10 p.m., later hearing from his mother in her room. She told him to go back to bed, and by the time he woke up, she was gone. That's something that didn't catch him off guard. He just watched TV that morning, but Schmidt was later missing through that afternoon as well. She ended up missing her afternoon custody visits with her 2 other daughters. Schmidt's grandfather says that's something that just doesn't happen, and he began to worry.
And I don't recall what time, 2:30, 3 o'clock, whenever, that I called the police. I knew something was wrong.
Okay.
Just got to be where it didn't make sense.
Had texted with Garcia, but nothing the child was able to recall other than saying hi. Schmidt was ultimately found dead in Garcia's apartment in Wyoming. Her death was ruled a homicide as a result of a gunshot wound to the head. Now, the purpose of this preliminary examination is for the judge hearing the case to decide whether or not there's enough evidence to move forward with the jury trial. This is something that is continuing on. We're set to break for lunch at noon, but it's something we're going to continue as we see how it proceeds. Live in Wyoming, Trevier Gonzalez, 13 on your side.